Reavers will start from the pole with the young gun Penn Sauter to his right shoulder.
So again, if you're joining us on Track TV, this is just a couple of warm-up laps for the even heat. If you're joining us on our socials, this is a live look-in from Elko Speedway, the ASA Midwest Tour. A couple of warm-up laps before we go with our first of two heat races, odd and even heats. Qualifying is in the books. These are the drivers who qualified 16th, 14th, 12th, 10th, and so on. The guys in even positions. So again, Donnie Reavers in the 41, Penn Sauter in the 5.
Well, is it even?
Oh, no,
though?
this is odd.
This has got to be odd because Jacob Gady's out here.
Jacob Gady's in it, yep. Row number 2, the 14, is Cody King alongside Tristan Swanson. Row 3, Levon Vandergeest in the 23, Gabe Summers in the 15. Billy Moan and Jacob Gady, your fast qualifiers, your fast qualifier, the 4th and final row, a pair of Minnesota drivers. 8 laps is the distance. This is just for points.
And for Gabe Summers, you want to try to maximize as much as you can, especially when Casey Johnson is not in the same race as you. We are going green for the first time tonight with the ASA Midwest Tour.
ASA Midwest Tour leads him down into corner number 1, and taking the point is Penn Sauter, the 15-year-old. Gets the measure of Donnie Reavers. Well, hang on to it, Donnie.
Little bit of what this racetrack does is kind of blends the two lines together. That's what we saw happen over there in 3 and 4. Everybody kept it straight. Reavers now having to contend with Tristan Swanson and Gabe Summers up on the right shoulder.
Compound banking, meaning the banking changes from the lower portion of the track to the higher portion of the track. Back straightaway, a little different than the front straightaway. Back straightaway, the drivers tell me, a little bit longer, a little bit quicker. Gabe Summers rolling the high side up in the 3rd position. Tristan Swanson looks like he wants to make a bid for the top spot over Penn Sauter.
Yeah, Tristan Swanson was really anxious to get back behind the wheel of his super late model. Has spent the last couple months just kind of being crew member to the 36 machine of Ty Fredrickson outside of his wheeling duties in the Legend machine.
Well, he's been visiting Victory Lane here in the Legends machine, has done so 6 times. And right now at the line, give the advantage to Tristan Swanson.
And this is what we saw last year with these guys that have experience here kind of venturing out to that second groove, already showing that it's coming into play here as Summers will try to go around Sauter for second.
Gabe will get the measure of Penn Sauter, and he'll bring Jacob Gady with him. Laps winding down here. Looks like Tommy White's going to throw the white flag this time by.
Yes, Gady going to work around the top side of Sauter now. We'll see if Summers takes a shot at Swanson to see if he can win this qualifying heat. Going to lose a little bit of ground from Tristan off of turn number 2, and Tristan Swanson going to score one for the Minnesota crowd here tonight. He'll be across the line first in odd heat race number 1, and Summers will run second with Gady, Sauter, and Cody King rounding out your top 5.
Got to be a good feeling for Tristan Swanson, the youngster in that 91 machine. It's been a very, very trying year for that driver and that team. Have had issues under the hood all season long, and they wanted to make it back out for their home track. Big event here for the drivers from Minnesota as the Thunderstruck 93 comes to their home track. Tristan Swanson, the victor of the odd heat. You know, we didn't even get a chance to talk about Penn Sauter in the 5. You know what it is tonight at DeForest High School?
Homecoming?
It's homecoming. And I asked him, I said, when's homecoming? He said, tonight.
You know, most drivers don't even know that it's homecoming because they're not paying attention to it.
He made a point, did Penn, to tell me that he went to the football game last night. They beat Oregon in like the final minute of the game. So he had a great time there at homecoming. I said, well, well, what about your girlfriend? Like, is she upset that it's not that you're not going to homecoming? And he said, well, she's coming here tonight to watch me race. So everything's all good.
It all works out. He plays under a different set of lights than on the Friday night lights anyway.
Even heat race rolls trackside. The drivers who qualified in even numbered positions inside the top 16. Joe Valento in the 30 machine, a Minnesota racer, will line up alongside the defending champion of the Thunderstruck 93, Justin Mondyke.
Owen Giles pulling double duty here tonight. Will roll from the inside of row number 2 with the original Ironman for the ASA Midwest Tour, Jonathan Island, back with us tonight in that 77 machine. Then it is Stormy, who was coerced in here by Danny Fredrickson. Said, you got to come play at Elko. And the 119, a former winner of this race, Dalton Zier. Ty Fredrickson had a big ARCA Menards National Series start here at Elko Speedway earlier this year. And a guy needing some valuable points, that 5J machine of Casey Johnson, rolls into tonight's second in your season championship battle.
Again, just a couple of warm-up laps here. Warm-up laps if you're watching on our live look-in on social. We're going to give you a little taste of what this program is all about. At some point, we're going to turn off the live look-in and ask you to go over to tracktv.com, tracktv.com, to watch the rest of the program. Tommy White's going to give the field the one-to-go signal. We are going to go green next time by here in even qualifying heat race. Joe Valento, Justin Mondyke lead them in row number 1 through 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, looking for the green. Green's out.
What a good start for Mondyke. He was cracked that whip, jumped to the lead, got rid of Valento before he got to 1. He's going to pull Jonathan Island with him and the rest of the outside row.
Jonathan Island in that 77 machine out of the Gearheads Motorsports stable. First time in a race car this year. I asked Island how long did it take to shake the rust off. He said, about a lap and a half.
He's in a really good car here tonight as well. Toby Noodleman is here, turning wrenches on that 77 car. And you're watching the battle for third as Dalton Zier trying to get around Joe Valento. I was curious how hard Casey Johnson was going to try to pressure from the back row here.
There's the answer. The 5 machine of Casey Johnson scratching and clawing and digging, trying to get underneath Owen Giles for position. Again, this is for championship points. Casey comes in here second in the points.
And Gabe scored 5 in that qualifier race earlier that he was on track. He finished second. That's 5 points for Gabe Summers.
8 laps the distance here. Coming to lap number 5. You see the 2 distinct lines. Casey Johnson hugging the bottom curbing. Owen Giles, a good car length, or car width, I should say, above that, working the outside lane. So 2 good distinct grooves of racing here at Elko Speedway.
I talked to a couple of the guys with a lot of laps here, Michael Beamish and Jacob Gady. They said the bottom is where you want to be. You want to be hugged right around that curbing, but you can make the outside work and really make the bottom kind of miserable for that guy. Justin Mondyke picking up where he left off a year ago, and he is well on his way to scoring the win here, comfortably out in front of Jonathan Island in the even heat race. Justin Mondyke will be your winner over Island. Zier and Valento going to hang on to that 4th position over Johnson.
Casey will finish 5th. Drivers can run any tire that they want to, any approved ASA Midwest tire in these heat races. Again, just for points, but they'll have to start the feature, the 125-lap feature, on the same 4 tires that they qualified with earlier tonight. So there is Justin Mondyke, the winner of our even heat race. Again, if you're watching on our social channels, this is a live look-in from Elko Speedway in Elko, Newmarket, Minnesota. Thunderstruck 93, event number 9 for the ASA Midwest Tour. There is our pace vehicle, the DuQuoin State Fair livery on that Track Enterprises Toyota Camry.
Dean, we got some folks tuning in on Track TV. Going to give them a shout-out. The Rat, Chris Radicek.
Rat's watching.
He's watching tonight.
Nice.
The old Deuce Machine, Kevin Tunks from Neshkoro, Wisconsin, watching.
Hey, and you can share this too. You can share this link, this live look-in link. You can share this, and and let your family and your friends and your followers know that you're watching us here in this live look-in. Jeffrey Jean in Greenfield, hello.
We did mention that Jacob Gady's been doing a little bit of super late racing for the Chase Motorsports Group. Julie Chase is watching tonight from Appleton, cheering on one of their drivers, Jacob Gady.
This is our qualifying race for the ASA Midwest Tour. We mentioned earlier that the top 16 were locked in on time. Everybody else is going to start the feature, but where they will start will be dependent on where they finish in this qualifying race. Mitch Haver is in that black number 7 inside row number 1 alongside the 18 machine, the black number 18 of Michael Osdieck. Minnesota racer Michael Hager, Michael Beamish, the 19 and the 40 as warm-up laps are underway. Ridge Owen in the black number 7, Joe Scholze in the 58. Brian Sierkeski broke a transmission in qualifying, did not record a qualifying lap, and he would be eligible to start this race. The 81 machine not out there.
And they're still working on it back there. They haven't loaded that thing up just yet. I can kind of just see it out the corner of our window here. That definitely would be a heartbreaker for that guy if they can't get that 81 car on track here tonight.
So warm-up laps complete. Again, this is a qualifying positioning race. It is 10 laps in duration. Mitch Haver on the inside of row number 1 will lead us down to the green.
Tommy did not like that one. He'll give him the lazy green, and we'll try this one again. He wants to see him nice and even. He told him that in the driver's meeting. This isn't NASCAR. It's not a control car. I want to see you guys nose to nose, short track style when you get to me.
There's no jumping. There's no laying back. There's no games on the back straightaway. Nice, steady, no shifting on these starts and restarts. Nice, steady, even pace. That's what Tommy White wants. And hopefully Michael Osdieck and Mitch Haver can supply Tom White with that. Looking good going up the back straightaway into 3. All right, let's try it again. Off of corner number 4, looking for the green flag, and we're racing.
And the black car heat for the ASA Midwest Tour underway. All 6 of them in this one. Osdieck going to get the early advantage over Haver.
Bottoms out going up into corner number 3. And that when you do that, if the tire pressures aren't up enough, you do that, you run the risk of having the nose on that car just wash up the racetrack.
Yeah, I talked to Osdieck, alluded to it during qualifying, that he said that, he paid close attention to that Thunderstruck 93 a year ago. He's in a crate car, a lot like Ty Fredrickson was a year ago. Well, Fredrickson, if you remember, was a player in that race last year. He was up front battling with Gabe Summers. And Michael Osdieck feels like if they can stay in contention early, he'll have a pretty good shot at this thing tonight.
Mitch Haver pressuring Osdieck on the bottom there. That 7 machine right to the rear bumper, the 18. Osdieck running the outside and content to run the outside on this progressive banking. The high side banked a little bit more than the low side. Obviously, the high side, the longer way around. So they give him a little bit more banking up on the high side. And he is able to keep Mitch Haver, a rookie in ASA Midwest Tour competition, at bay for the moment.
And Osdieck kind of has to run the outside to keep the momentum up on that crate car. Or he's at a little bit of a disadvantage to some of these guys, horsepower-wise.
And that advantage that he hopes does Osdieck with the crate motor, that advantage will come later on in the race. The thought is that less horsepower, you're going to put less pressure on those tires. You're going to have a little bit more late in the race.
That is the hope, and we've learned a lot about these ST1 and 2 tires throughout the season. Justin Mondyke talked about this race is going to be 125 laps of qualifying. And we heard that at the Dells. Luke Fenhouse said this was just 200 laps of qualifying. We got 1 lap to go in this one for Michael Ostick to score another one for the Minnesota fan base here. And Ostick will win over Haver. Hager will run third with Ridge Oyen and Joe Scholze, your top 5. Beamish will round out your running cars in this one. So the driver out of Lakeville, Minnesota, making it worthwhile to jump in the super late tonight. The Twin Cities Cannabis Grissom Enterprises Weichert Realtors number 18 machine of Michael Ostick will pick up the win in your ASA Midwest Tour qualifier. So that'll do it for our prelims for the super lates. We'll see them back on track for the Thunderstruck 93.
If you're watching on our live look-in, there is plenty of racing yet to come your way. We have got the Thunderstocks up next. We have 2 features for the Thundercars, I should say. 2 features for the late models. And then, of course, the 125 lapper for the ASA Midwest Tour. So if you're watching on our live look-in, and what the heck else would you want to do on a Saturday night, right? Wow. Get yourself comfy, cozy, log over to tracktv.com. Badgers are done playing, Brewers are losing, no NASCAR race on. What the heck?
I don't know if you can even call what the Badgers did today playing.
Oh, good God.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
I have season tickets, and I was informed. I was listening to the game as I was driving up this morning, and my wife said, "Thank God you're not here," because I'm not a good loser when it comes to my Badgers.
No, man, we needed that one today. Plenty of opportunities to watch on track tonight. You've got a lot. Of course, we're keeping an eye east. And Jacob Gady, he's got a really, really good opportunity if he can come out of feature number 1 here as national champ. Because if you're watching, Chase Johnson has got himself in trouble out east. He was charged up to the 3rd spot, and now he ran into some issues, and he is 40 laps down.
Ooh.
So he is not going to score a lot of points tonight.
So Jacob Gady came into tonight. We're talking now shifting from the ASA Midwest Tour over to the NASCAR Weekly Series. The national point standings, Jacob Gady came in a 2-point advantage over Chase Johnson. The Virginia Chase Johnson, not to be confused with the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway Chase Johnson. So Jacob Gady, it's the last night of points that you can score, points for the national championship, and Jacob Gady will be in action tonight in both divisions, ASA Midwest Tour, but the NASCAR National Series as well. So we have a driver that's pulling double duty. We have a couple of them, but we have a driver pulling double duty that's set fast time in the ASA Midwest Tour, and he has an opportunity to claim his 2nd national championship. It's a lot on the line here, and again, if you want to watch it, we're going to ask you at some point here real soon to log on to tracktv.com. Tracktv.com will bring you every lap of the remaining features here at Elko Speedway. Thundercar feature is up next. This is Division 2 when it comes to the NASCAR national point standings.
And speaking of NASCAR national point standings, there's a driver in this one right here that has a chance to be a national champion if things go his way tonight, too. Car count not going to help him a whole lot here tonight, but Brent Kane in the 99 machine, he's more than likely he's going to walk out of here your track champion. He comes into tonight with a mathematical shot to be the national champion, but again, alluded to the car count tonight not really going to help Brent out. But I think Jacob Gady was a 10-time in a row track champion. Brent Kane is
this would be his 6th.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a 6 or 7 in a row for Kane.
If he wins the championship here this year at Elko, which he's in a position to do so, it would be his 6th championship. 6 wins on the season for that 99 machine. So he's got it rolling here at Elko.
And just like the pure stocks or the earlier, Dean and I admittedly just don't know much about these weekly guys. So we'll turn things over to House PA, and they can help guide you through the Thundercar feature here tonight.
Make sure and buy your 50-50 raffle tickets. It's up to $1,200. You would win $1,200. It's going to be drawn during intermission. Yep, so you'd win half of that. It's up to $1,200 now. Buy your 50-50 tickets.
And walk home with some cash tonight, just like the race car drivers.
Conrad Jorgensen is back to the number 3. I forgot, he wrecked the 28 car last week. We had a lot of carnage last week here at Elko Speedway in the Thundercar division.
And it wasn't even a full moon.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
It sure did.
So the guy running for the national championship is the 99 of Brent the Freight Train Kane. He is starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. So he would get some bonus points if he were to win because he starts 10th. How many bonus points would he get there, Dino? Yep, he's starting 10th. So he would get 4 bonus points if he were to win. Now, we don't have the maximum amount of cars. Yep, looks like 13 cars. 26 plus 4 would be 30 points he could get here. So he's just got to go up there and try to win. 20 laps on the board. Green is out. Here we go. It's pretty amazing that we could have 2 national champions here at Elko Speedway. Conrad Jorgensen takes the lead, number 3. This is not a car he's been running this year. Gary West trying to hang on to second. Oh, Roller Girl down on the inside, number 8. Weebush taking a peek way on the high side in the 09. Thought better of it. Ben Gannon in the 41. Side by side for second. Brent Kane in the 99. Biding his time. You got to know when to pounce. Yep, there's Roller Girl. Taylor Goldman up to second place. She's looking for her first win of the season here at Elko. She's won many Thundercars features in the past. Not this year. This guy's been on a roll. The 88. Look at him go. Jason Novak. Taking a look on the high side. He won last weekend here at Elko. Jason Novak, 2 wins, 6th place in points. Julie Jorgensen in the 83, the National Women in Motorsports National Champion 2 years ago. 4th place in this race in that 83. She won $150,000 courtesy of Busch Light. The 99 of Brent the Freight Train Kane has moved up. He is in 6th spot. But the 3 of Conrad Jorgensen is checking out. Side by side for second. Novak on the high side. Brent Kane sticking to the bottom for now. Keep your eye on that 99 car. Last year, he had 11 wins. He really deserved a national championship last year, but didn't get it because our car counts weren't high enough. Now, this year, opening night, there were only 12 cars. Other than that, it's been 14 or more every week, sometimes up as many as 20. 10 laps down, 10 laps to go for Conrad Jorgensen. Jason Novak trying to get by Julie Jorgensen. They're side by side for third. If you're looking for a Thundercar, you got to contact Conrad. He can build you a car in no time.
He hasn't raced that car he's driving in a while, but it sure don't look like it.
Other people have raced it, but they haven't gone out in a big lead like this. He's a hell of a driver, that's for sure. So Taylor Goldman, whose nickname is Roller Girl, not because she loves roller derby, but because she rolled her car when she first started driving. Okay, here comes her best friend, Julie Jorgensen, taking a look on the high side. Two girls battling for second place. Here comes the 99 of Brent the Freight Train Kane. In his 26th year of racing, 151 wins for Brent Kane in the 99. 171 wins for Conrad Jorgensen in the 3 leading this race. Yeah, he's leading by a full straightaway. Side by side for second. Kane needs a caution. Boy, these girls are good friends, but also they're competitive too. Side by side for second. Julie Jorgensen still looking for her first win of the season in the 83 car. She's got a good line on a number 2. She's going to move into second place. Her dad, Conrad, nearly a half a lap ahead. This is crazy. Okay, here comes Kane. Brent Kane lost a couple races in the last couple weeks by just feet. 2 laps to go for Conrad. Here they go. Julie Jorgensen, second spot. White flag for Conrad Jorgensen, number 3. This is the race for second. The Spencer Corrigan spun out near the front stretch. Coming to the checkers. The race for second, so close, but Conrad Jorgensen won it. How about that? Conrad Jorgensen winning by a half a lap at Elko Speedway. We haven't seen that in a long time.
That thing was on a tear. I've never seen a car that, especially in this division this season, have that big of a lead. Wow.
Brent Kane ended up 4th place. And that's the race that counts for NASCAR points. So I don't think he's going to be winning the national championship, but second place in the nation.
Not too bad. Division 2.
Out of 958 drivers, finishing in second place is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's a
but
good
race
deal.
fans, put your hands together for the winner, number 3, Conrad Jorgensen.
All right, Thunderstruck's in the books.
Their first feature is in the
their
books.
first feature. Mm-hmm. That was a old-fashioned stomping right there.
Yes.
Conrad Jorgensen put a whooping on him.
Hey, again, if you're watching on our live look-in here, we told you that we were going to cut the live look-in off and ask you to go to tracktv.com here pretty soon. Well, that time is now. We've given you a taste, a flavor of what is on tap here at Elko Speedway as part of the Thunderstruck 93 Thundercar feature number 1 is in the books. Late model feature number 1 is coming up next. But, again, we're going to turn the live look-in off and ask you to go over to tracktv.com, get yourself logged in, settled in, and enjoy the rest of our night of racing here at Elko Speedway.